All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Report podcast. This is episode 2. Got my boys with me. Got Kid and Nick. Yeah, say what's up to the people.
What's up?
What's going on, people?
All right, first off, rest in peace, Stuart Scott. Man, passed away earlier this week at the age of 49. Y'all got anything to say about that?
I mean, since I didn't have cable growing up, I didn't see I haven't seen him so much. But every time I would see NBA games come on, he'd be there with like the NBA countdown or sometimes the halftime show. And I remember he had his eye was like it looked like the other way, so that's why he had to wear glasses and stuff.
Yeah. Kid, you got anything?
I didn't like Nick said, I didn't really, watch him, coming up like that. Only time I really seen him was like during the finals.
He basically, like what they're saying, he brought like a personality to ESPN, saying "booyah" and everything like that. Like they were so uptight before he got there, and he like made everybody chiller than what it is now.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, he did his. He brought the color commentating thing to ESPN and stuff like that. I mean, it's just unfortunate, man. Especially at being that young, and going out, from cancer and stuff like that. Especially you got a family and shit. I mean, and stuff you raising. You don't want to leave your little girls and stuff like that. So I can relate to that in a sense. So I mean, that's how I look at it, man. It's just unfortunate, man. And that's just for anybody that go out like that.
Yeah. All right, we can talk about these Cavaliers trades now. They sent J.R. Smith and Amon Shumpert to the Cavs. The Knicks did. And then the Cavs had the nerve to send this man freaking Dion Waiters to my damn team. So, yeah, we can talk about that. What you got, Nick?
I think the Cavaliers, they were the winners of that trade, obviously. And I think ever since those reports came out, what he said to what quote unquote what he said to D Wade, they making sure that he get everything he needs centered around him, because they don't want him leaving if what the accusations are true.
Yeah.
And as far as the OKC boys, I mean, I don't think if he gets like playtime over Reggie Jackson or who's a two guard Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah.
Now, so that's gonna be a battle between Jeremy Lamb and Dion Waiters.
But see, they can move Lamb to the 3. Couldn't they? Lamb like what, 6'8", 6'6", something like that.
He like to shoot, be on the wing.
Yeah.
And you got Kevin Durant. He can't go down.
I think Dion was like 1 for 7 in his first game with us, and he had like 4 points. So yeah.
I never thought he was good, but that I know there was a report, and they was saying that Dion sometimes that he thinks he's better than Kyrie. He said that.
He thinks he's better than a lot of known people. But
I mean, my take on this whole trade thing. I mean, I don't think it's going to help the Cavs in the long run, because that's you just bringing too many pieces over there. They already added enough pieces in the off season, and then you going off and you adding even more pieces. I mean, although they do get better defensively, with Amon Shumpert playing over there now. I mean, you got J.R. Smith, somebody that's eventually going to need the ball in his hands. I mean, I think his first game when they played against, I believe I don't know who they played. I think it was the Warriors or somebody like that. I mean, he came in the game taking like 16, 18 shots. So he gonna get his numbers. At least he gonna try to get his numbers. I just don't know how that whole thing is gonna fit with LeBron. I don't even think LeBron fits with that team. Just based on what I'm seeing, I don't think he's happy there. I don't think he
got
wants
a bunch
to.
of young cats on his team, or at least they're starting.
What?
He got a bunch of he had a bunch of young cats on his team.
Yeah, he got a whole bunch of young guys over there. It's just so much. I mean, it's so much going on over there, especially with them losing. Them losing is gonna make everything even worse. The Bucks is ahead of them right now in the standings. Man. They got too much talent on that team to have all those losses. But then again, that's just coming from chemistry issues. Now, I don't think they're gonna do anything this year. But then again, LeBron, they got them on the edge right now. With him only being locked in for a year, so.
Right.
They're going to panic and do anything they want to do to try to keep him, like you said, because they failed to do that last time when they could have got Amari, I think by trading J.J. Hickson, and they didn't want to keep Hickson.
It's funny. It's funny how everybody's trading with Cleveland because if y'all remember back in Miami, they didn't have a big man, but nobody ever traded with him.
That's the
Nobody was
thing.
willing to help the Heat at all, and now everybody's just trading their like 6 man of the year, good
I mean,
defensive player.
I can understand why the Knicks is doing that. And I mean, the Knicks is just trying to, clear cap space. They trying
And
to.
if they need to just take on Dion, then I would have give us Shumpert. Y'all can keep Dion, and then we're good. Like the trade works out for everybody.
Yeah,
Like the Knicks, y'all want to tank. You're gonna have Dion Waiters and come a little fight over the ball, and we're good.
No, see, that's the
No,
Knicks.
that wouldn't work.
I will continue to preach that they need to just get rid of him. Like he's like 30 or 31 now.
Melo?
Yeah, he's like in his 30s now.
Yeah, I think he hit about 30. I think him and LeBron like around the same age. But
Brian just turned 32 about a few months ago.
Melo might be locking it down, man. He might. I seen an article out like maybe a few weeks ago or a week or so ago. Talking about Melo might shut it down for the entire season. So.
What you mean by shut it down?
He should
said,
have never.
I guess some knee injuries or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's faking that shit. He should have never went to the Knicks in the first place. He should have went to Chicago.
He knows all about the money.
He
That was a
went
money.
to
That was a
Chicago.
money. Yeah, that was a money pick right there.
But now he's mad that they're losing, so he needs to pick one or the other. He's like a little emotional teenager. Like,
but you know what? Melo probably got the ego where he like, you know what? I'll take the money now, but I still feel like I got the confidence where I can lead this team. Eventually.
They're 5-35 though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They got the worst record in the league. 12%. They win 12% of their games.
Also, speaking of the Cavs, they got blown out last night by the Warriors. So
well, that's a good team. That's the number one team in the West though.
Y'all got the Cavaliers have to have the most stacked roster in the NBA. Like
they don't play defense really, nor do they rebound.
About the Cavs?
Yeah.
I mean, let me check that box score. Let me see how it went down because
it was like 112 to 92. Like they just
they don't play defense. They don't have defense. They old off the bench. It's just too much going on. They injured right now. Verjao I think is done. Hey, Verjao done for the season or something like that?
He might be.
He's gonna be missing some significant time. So I don't know if he's done for the season or he's gonna be out for some months. But that's why they went and got Mozgov from
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about that. Yeah, they traded what did they trade? A couple picks for him.
Yeah. I think some future first round picks or something like that.
Something like that. They don't need those picks anyway.
So you got to take away 20 points off the scoreboard right there.
I mean,
J.R. Smith had 27 though.
That's what I'm saying.
And he was 11 for 20. Damn, 11 for 23.
He took 23 shots in his first. I believe that was his first game.
Kyrie Irving took 23 shots too. He only made 9.
It's too many. It's too many volume shooters on that team. I don't understand what LeBron. I don't think that's gonna work. Because Kevin Love eventually. I think Kevin Love is gone after this season. I think he got it. I think he realizing this is not the role for him.
Because he used to be the man on Minnesota, but I mean, so was Chris Bosh. But I don't think he ever gonna be on the level of Chris Bosh as how he was in Toronto versus.
No, he ain't gonna be like that MVP candidate like Chris Bosh was before he came to Miami. But he still want his touches. He don't want to be playing off the coming off screens all game. He ain't trying to play that role.
Yeah. Plus at the same time, you got he was the best player on the bad team too. So
yeah.
He pretty much got
old Mike Miller. I mean, James Jones. I mean, you got all these recycled players. Brandon Haywood. Come on now.
He had 0 points that whole game. Mike Miller he took 3 shots and missed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sean Marion. I mean, these guys is old, man. That old formula, especially with the East being so young, and you got a few teams in the East contending now, man. Like you got the Wizards coming up.
Sean Marion, they not to cut you off, but Sean Marion and Mon Shumpert, they didn't even play. They're injured.
Yeah, that's why I even know Mon Shumpert came over there injured.
In 2K, you can't do that shit. They're like, you cannot trade injured players.
Brian injured, man. It's just, it's just too much going on, man. They should have just kept it simple.
I think they're them kind of people that come playoff time, that's when it really gonna matter. Because regardless, they're gonna make the playoffs. So I think that's what matters in the long run.
I mean, to the vets. To the vets, that's all that matters. But you got them guys that ain't even touched the playoffs.
Right. That's exactly. That's why I was, yeah.
Kevin Love hasn't
I
been there.
I can't even see them getting past Washington if they matched up, unless LeBron just goes off.
I,
But
hey, we seen what happened last time he played a beast point guard.
yeah,
he
so
lost my
I mean it's gonna be interesting this year in the playoffs. At least to me, I feel like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they need LeBron though, because he's almost averaging 8 assists a game. So it's not even like he's not passing the ball, even though we saw that gif of Deion Waiters.
Huh.
So he averaging 7 assists, 7.6, 1.3 steals a game. So he's always stealing the ball. And I think the only issue is that he's averaging almost 4 turnovers a game. And other than that, he's averaging 25 points. So I mean, and then you see what happens when he's not there. So everybody's saying, "Oh, I wish he never went back." I mean, the dude he leads the points and assist category for the team.
Y'all want to talk about this Jeff Green trade, which I didn't even know it went down like this. I was just informed earlier, but yeah. Jeff
Oh,
Green apparently went to the Grizzlies. For Austin Rivers, he went to the Pelicans, and then Quincy Pondexter, I guess, or Austin Rivers went to the Celtics, and
no,
Pondexter
I
went
guess
to the
word.
Pelicans.
No, I guess word is. I guess some just dropped. I guess Rivers didn't go. I guess he wasn't in that deal. I'm gonna look into it. I just seen somebody posted on my Patriot posted on Twitter's. I guess he wasn't coming to the Celtics. I'm gonna look into it.
Okay. Well,
So
so
who did?
Jeff Green did go to the Grizzlies, though?
I guess they have to wait until the office opens up again on Monday for them to approve of it, which I can't see them.
All right. So right now it's a
approve.
potential trade. All right.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right. But it's just like the Cavs trade. That thing was potential too, and it went through. So yeah, I expect this to.
So who is Boston supposed to be getting out of this trade?
It seemed like Rivers.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what this article said that I was reading. But so yeah, they're basically done now. They're basically just tanking like the Knicks. Got rid of Rondo, got rid of Jeff Green. Like
I mean, but I heard I seen somebody retweet some I guess the Celtics got like 11 first-round picks in the next like 5 years or something like that.
yeah, so they're just getting rid of their cap
So
space.
yeah, they
now.
rebuilding. Yeah, they just rebuilding.
That's the Knicks need to take a look and do that too.
I think they tanking. Yeah, I think they looking this year, and then they gonna use that cap space and go after the free agency. But then again, like I said, I don't even know who's all becoming free agents this year. So I don't even know who they can even target.
Ooh, Mike Black, Mike. I'm just saying, what's up, man?
What's up? Sorry, fellas.
Oh, they going Big
I
Mike.
lost track of time.
We're good.
What I
Just
miss?
talk
What I miss?
We put basketball first so we could talk about football later. But yeah, we just talked about Stuart Scott, the Cavs trade, and all that. So.
Oh yeah, cap trade's crazy. That
Yeah.
was just crazy.
We was talking about how when J.R. Smith got there, he took like 23 shots in his first game. He made 11 of them and had 27 points, but it was just we all know what that means though. He gonna
I mean, that's how he plays his game. They should
Right.
have known that's what they were getting when they got him. So hey,
They got an older Dion. That's why I understand why they traded Dion.
That's why I don't understand why he went to us. Like, we don't need him.
somebody
1 for 7 with 4 points.
somebody need him. They sure didn't want him ever since.
That's why the Knicks should have taken him. They're tanking, so.
I don't even know if they tanking. I think they probably trying to play.
yeah, and then somebody's gonna end up having to pay him. He probably not gonna get that much, but they're gonna have to pay waiters something.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I think Waiters is still. That's why he trying to ball out the way he trying to ball out, because he's still trying to get paid. When he was with the Cavs, Kyrie and them boys got their money. Now he want his money. So, and I guess Kyrie was holding him
he's
back.
not worth it. I wouldn't say Kyrie was holding him back. I mean, Kyrie was the point guard. He just can't. He's not that good. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah, that too. He's not that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna have that one of
thinks
them
he's
Lance
that good.
Stevenson, wake up calls.
Oh God.
Pretty much. Pretty much, that's what he needs.
Mike, we could talk about if you think the Wizards are for real or not in the East.
No.
You don't think so?
I think they're good. I think they're getting better, but I don't think that they're. It's just like Atlanta. I think Atlanta's had a good first half, but I don't think that they're like the team to beat, and I don't think the Wizards are the team to beat yet. They had a good game against Chicago, but Chicago's been playing sloppy like for the last how long?
Yeah.
Like week or so. So that's
See the only reason why I give them the edge, or the slightest edge that they could potentially be real, is because of what they went through in the playoffs last year. You know, they pretty much they
Yeah.
had a nice little. I mean, they won their first round, they lost in the second round, but you know that's when you wake up and that's how you learn. You know how to play basketball, and that was like their first time really making it that far, especially with that talent. Man, I don't know. I think Washington has a chance. I don't believe in Atlanta. I agree with you on that one. I don't believe in Atlanta. I have to see what they do in the playoffs for me to believe in them. I think
right.
even with Toronto, I think DeMar DeRozan is injured right now.
He's out.
Um,
I think he's out indefinitely. I think.
oh, he's out in depth also. They don't even know when he's coming back.
Yeah, I think
Um,
because a lot of people was like, yeah, they're doing all this without him. So I was like, oh dang.
hell, my Bucks might slide in and do something. I don't know.
And
You know,
see,
with the
that's the
East.
problem. The East makes a lot of people look really, really good,
Yeah.
but might not be as good as you think they are. So
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I would like for the Wizards to become one of the top like tier teams, but I still think they got a year or two before we can actually give them that for real. You know?
You know, in a year or two, they had that money for KD.
Yeah,
And if he
exactly.
goes there, if he
Exactly.
go, I don't know what I'll do. I honestly
I
don't know.
mean, this is home. I mean, I live like 10 minutes from where he went to school. This is his area. You know, he loves this area. You know, he might come back. They give him enough money.
They had a cap space for him.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't. I think that's the only team that wouldn't have to overpay to get him to leave OKC. I honestly think that he would take a cut, especially since they're actually doing well. Whereas when he grew up around here, the Wizards weren't shit. You know, so wouldn't it be great for him to come home with a good team and actually take them somewhere, maybe get a championship at home? You know, that would be a fairy tale story for him right there.
All right, man. I'm looking at this article right now. LeBron apparently took a trip to Miami for his injury because he wanted to have warmer weather. Is what his reasoning was. Now, with all these rumors about him returning to Miami, like, why the hell would you do that?
I mean, it's nice in Miami. I mean, especially when you're going through what I think back injuries and knee injuries. You got
Yeah,
to be in
lower
that
back
nice.
and left knee
Yeah,
injury.
you got to be in that nice, that nice weather. He took a trip back to his own home. I mean, I think everybody's just looking at it because it's Miami.
Right. I mean,
Now,
cause
Yeah,
like what?
and then the rumors, like, I'm just sitting here, like, you have all this built up about what you said to Wade, and now you're gonna go to Miami.
I don't think LeBron cares anymore.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
wins too. Like he ain't really got much to prove. I mean,
yeah,
unless
LeBron got his rings. Look, he don't care no more. I think that's the LeBron we starting to see now. He don't care no more.
he's
He
lazy.
gonna do what he want to do.
He doesn't have a chip on his shoulder. Like the only thing that people want keep telling him is like, oh, you ain't gonna pass Jordan, you ain't gonna pass Kobe, blah blah blah. But regardless, if he was to retire right now, he would still go down as a Hall of Fame player. So I mean that's like what I see truly in him, because you have all the other people like, oh, he's declining. Well, maybe he's just lazy. He just don't care no more. Like it ain't much to prove. If he gets a ring this year, it's gonna be a fairy tale ending for Cleveland, and then everybody else is gonna come out of the blue saying, oh, you ain't better than Jordan. No, you ain't better than Jordan. Like that's how it always gonna be. Which I don't. I mean, I doubt he'll get 6 rings, but
I mean,
He's
yeah, it's
not
gotta
gonna
get to
get
the,
there.
yeah, it's gotta get to the point where they gotta, I think LeBron's getting to the point where he's just trying to establish his own legacy now. I don't think he's chasing Jordan anymore.
You
Like
know what? I've said this to people all the time. I don't think he cares to be looked at as Jordan. I just
exactly.
think that he just wants to, be the first billionaire player, like he said he wanted to be, and maybe get that one ring in Cleveland so he can have that hometown, feel good story. But I honestly don't think he wants to carry a team or anything like that. I think, like, at this point, he feels like he got his rings,
Right.
so he can shut people up and say that, well, at least I got the rings. Now it's just, whatever else he can do, that's fine.
Well,
I don't think he cares that much.
I just came up with this off the top of my head. Would you think that people want him to surpass them, but since he doesn't live up to the expectations, people are starting to hate him so much, and low key is soon gonna turn into love, or at least they're gonna learn to love to hate him.
You talking about surpass who? Jordan?
Yeah, like do you think everybody
ain't
wants him
Jordan.
to, but the fact that he isn't, they're sending him to hate.
Yeah, I think that's most of the reason why people hate on him, because
Yeah.
they really
Deep down,
look at this dude like he needs to. They want somebody to pass Jordan.
right?
It's like you don't need that. I mean, Jordan is Jordan. He had his time during his era. Look at the players that we have in this era. During their era. Stop trying to live the past. And you can't do that. There's always going to be one Jordan. There's always going to be
One Kobe.
one, Kobe. There's they are who they are. You can't expect him to be them, and they should never expect him to be. Let him be LeBron, and
Right.
let him have his own legacy.
What you got to add, kid?
And I think I think he'll have his. I think he's forming his own legacy, at least to me. I mean, he's done. I mean, it's getting harder now, man, for these guys to come in and plateau over those legends, man, because the league is getting harder each year, man. He's not going. If people expecting him to catch Jordan in rings, he's it's damn near slim to none of him catching Jordan in rings, man. He would have to win 4 more championships, and
It's possible.
I mean, it's possible, yeah. I mean, he got years left in his career where he can do it, but I mean, not with that, not in Cleveland.
Yeah, but hey, they need more defense. But yeah, keep going. They need more defense.
But yeah, I just don't see him. I can't see LeBron winning 4 more rings before it's all said and done.
I think the thing that makes it harder now is that nobody really stays like they did back then. The rules now are for the players, so players can go wherever the fuck they want and make as much money as they want.
Right, you can't have J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith was survived back then. They the moment he shoot 10 shots in a row, they about to take him off the court.
They ain't have volume shooters like that back then. It's a whole bunch of them now.
Everybody want to score. They don't care about. Everybody want to be that dude fading away with the jump shot, dunking on somebody. But it's very few people that want to do like the nitty gritty, like a Anthony Davis, things like that, or Marc Gasol.
Right, you got few role players. You got everybody trying to be like the main guy.
Yeah,
don't work like that.
Kid, you want to talk about this Larry Sanders article about him not wanting to play no more since you're a Bucks fan?
Yes, I am a Bucks fan because I was born in Milwaukee, so I had no choice but to be a Bucks fan. And I've seen my share of players, come through and take the money and just pretty much say F it. More recently, to my eyes, and to like a few friend of mine's eyes, Michael Redd did the same thing. He got paid, and all of a sudden he started getting injured.
Yeah, I remember.
He started being out longer and longer and longer to the point where he got his money, but he didn't play up to the expectations of it. Same thing with Larry Sanders. He got his money. All of a sudden he started getting issues with in bar fights and getting injured, and now he's staying injured. And now this article of him coming out saying that he doesn't want to play basketball anymore, although he's denying it. In a sense, I believe he doesn't want to play basketball anymore because you'd have been off this whole time. You getting paid. You get lazy. That's just my opinion. I think he just misses. I don't know. Maybe he misses being at home with his son and stuff like that. I know he got a little boy, so maybe he ain't been so used to being around him that now he's away. On the road again and stuff like that. Maybe he just like, what? I got paid. I'm set for life pretty much. I don't need this no more. And it happens. Look what happened to Andrew Bynum. That was pretty much how he felt. He got paid. He don't want to play no more.
Yeah, he got 2 rings too, and then he just.
Yeah, he had a successful career, so he
came in. Yeah, the thing. I remember my career. I remember he said he was averaging like 25 a game every year. I thought he
was a good player. When he deserved that money.
He was one of the best shooters in the league.
Right. Yeah, I remember
that money at the time.
Yeah, but the way that I was reading this stuff about him, saying he said they got people saying he got problems that are serious, and then they are right with saying that basketball is a job for many NBA players when like for an everyday person, it could be like a hobby. So I think it's just getting to him. But I need to look up his stats because if he's like averaging like 4 points a game, I mean, should
It wasn't even his points. He didn't even get paid because of his point. He got paid because at the time he was like third in like defensive player of the year or something like that. And then the Bucks get scared. I mean, he would have been still under contract for one more year, but the Bucks get scared. When they good. When they players doing good, they afraid to lose them, and so they just jumped on and gave him that money, like the same thing they did with Mo Williams. They jumped up and gave him that money when he was a free agent.
Yeah.
They even threw Charlie Bell some money one year when he was a free agent. I'm like, man, Charlie Bell ain't going nowhere.
So. Yeah, he was good, decent. He was getting up there. He was like always 3 off from averaging a double.
Who, Mo Williams?
Larry Sanders.
Oh.
He was averaging almost a block a game. He was averaging over a block a game, 1.8 blocks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was getting blocks. Yeah.
Averaged 2.8 blocks 2 years ago. He was doing this thing.
Yeah. I want to know, why is it always the big men that seem to want to like get lazy and quit though? Big men are such a like rarity these days. People who actually play like their position. The
game is too fast now. All that running up and down the court, man. They probably like, hey, man.
I think that leads to what Kobe said, because he was bashing the AAU about how they don't develop, American players, especially the big men. So
they don't have the fundamentals of a post game.
Yeah, they don't teach them that. They always let them rely on their athleticism, but that don't work.
They'd be in a rush to get them a hoop mixtape or a compilation of all their highlights and stuff.
Exactly.
Try and get them into schools. They go there, you like, okay, because you can't really tell if somebody's legit or not, because being that the college game is completely different from NBA. That's they have everybody play as a team, as a unit. Where in NBA, if you a star, they'll let you do almost whatever you want. And then they get there, and then
yeah. Plus, there's few coaches in college now that care to teach big men.
Yeah,
that's another thing. They need to find some coaches. Like I know, like at Duke, they tend to teach the fundamentals to their players.
Right.
So that's a good thing. If that's why Miles Plumlee is actually sort of a decent player.
These boys
more than that,
Kentucky, they doing something up there.
Yeah, like Calipari, he does a good job because he's taught NBA players, so he knows how to teach people how to at least
play the game,
make it to the NBA. Right. So there's a few, but most of them they just like, you just the best athlete. I want you because I want the best athletes to try to carry me to a ring, and then once you go to the pros, it's like, well, hey, you're gonna leave in a year or two anyway, so why am I teaching you anything?
Exactly. And it's rare that you get somebody to stay off 4 years, or at least even 2 or 3.
I mean, Nick, you play ball. What kind of ball you play?
What you mean? AAU in high school?
Yeah.
Both.
So, I mean, what's your personal opinion on it?
I can agree. I can agree with Kobe. Like sometimes we'll teach people. They'll teach people certain pivot moves down low and everything, like with the pad and push them. But I don't. It's kind of a tough thing, man, because some of them they're a little too skinny, so they probably won't get there for college ball. And then it's just they just like to dunk the ball, since they like, I'm taller than you, I'm gonna just take you and move you out the way with my strength. And then ain't people out there that will play like a Bill Russell or a Tim Duncan. So I completely agree when Kobe said that.
Alright. I got any more basketball topics, or are we good on here?
Sure.
If something come up, we'll go back to it.
Alright. Let's talk about these. I forgot to talk about this last week. Let's talk about these NFL coaches getting fired. We had Rex Ryan, Jim Harbaugh, Mike Smith, dudes like that. They all got fired apparently. So with Rex Ryan apparently already has a few teams lined up. But what do y'all think about like Rex Ryan getting fired and Harbaugh going to Michigan?
Well, the Harbaugh thing, he just wasn't getting along with management, so he got lucky that he had someplace to go. And he didn't need to stay with San Francisco, because if San Francisco had officially fired him, that would have been one of the stupidest moves I've ever seen, because that man can coach. They had an off year, yeah, but that was because they had problems with the defense and Alden Smith acting like an asshole for the most part. But you don't let a coach like that go just because you don't like him. I remember back with the Redskins, the owner, Jack Kent Cooke, him and Joe Gibbs, they used to fight all the fucking time. Sometimes they would fight so bad that you would think that they were going to quit. But Jack Kent Cooke wasn't a fool. He knew this man knew what he was talking about when it came to football. So he wasn't going to let him go because he was taking them to the playoffs every year. You don't do that with your coaches. So San Francisco, they're in. I think they're about to go back on the downside because unless they find somebody equal to them, it's not going to be pretty. Plus they signed Kaepernick to all that money.
Yeah.
That was a foolish move if you're not going to keep Harbaugh around.
Yep.
Now who are you going to get to coach? Kaepernick.
They oversigned that overrated quarterback. He's overrated to me. He had a couple good games in the playoffs, which is why he got paid. But when it's all said and done, he couldn't read a defense. All he could do was run the ball. But that's just probably me, speaking from ill feelings, how he did my team. So,
But hey, Harbaugh had that boy balling for a while.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh, unexpectedly when he first got there, man, they got to three NFC Championship games in a row. So
yeah, he got Alex Smith paid because Alex Smith was looking like he was out of the league, and he made Alex Smith look like a really good quarterback and set him on the right path. So, coaches like that who could take bad players and make them better, you don't want to get rid of that.
Speaking of Alex Smith, I was just thinking about the Chiefs. They apparently signed like Terrell Pryor this week. So I don't know if y'all care anything about that.
Oh,
he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was still in the league.
Yeah, he was with the Seahawks this year.
He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, as for like the rest of these coaches that's getting fired, man, that's just how the business work. With Rex Ryan, if you don't win in the NFL, man, it don't matter what your record is. Although I believe Coughlin, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
He should be fired or he should be let go or whatever.
He has those 2 rings, so that.
He got those 2 rings, but they don't win. Like Stephen A. Smith said, man, on first take, he was like, sometimes you just need a fresh voice in there to, rejuvenate those guys. That's probably something that they honestly, probably need over in New York because, the way that they've been playing, man. Eli, I don't know if he's even coaching Eli because Eli he gets interceptions. I think he's like what, top 5, top 3.
He probably has the most in the last 5 years.
Yeah, interceptions thrown. So. I think it's a lot of coaches that deserve to be let go. I heard Marvin Lewis should be let go, but I guess they're gonna give him maybe another year. But that's just I think Mark Trestman, the Bears coach, I think he got let go too. And
yeah,
I think there's somebody Rex Ryan going to Chicago or something like that.
I don't think Rex should be a coach right now.
I think he should. He might coach college if he doesn't get a job here, but
he don't get it. I heard he's got offers.
Yeah, he does, but I don't know. I don't see what he do. I don't know. I personally don't think he's that good of a coach. But
he's a good defense. I think he should be a defensive coordinator. I don't think he should be a head coach.
Yeah, but see, the problem is his ego. And I was having a discussion with a friend of mine because they were saying Redskins just let go their defensive coordinator. Why don't you pick up Rex? I was like, that's too many egos in that room because Gruden already got a big ego, and Rex, he's had success as a head coach.
Yep.
And he already had a big ego to start with, so it's going to be hard to put him with another person and have him under him trying to listen when he's already been on top. He's been on top and had success. He went to what 2, 3
I think he went to 3
AFC championships or something. Yeah, so. He's shown that he can, coach a team. And if he's on a team that's struggling, him and that coach ain't going to get along at all. So I don't know how he would fit as a coordinator. I think Will is right. He needs to go to college, find a college team, and work his way back up to a head coach job that way if he don't get one after this offseason.
all right, y'all want to talk about these? Y'all want to talk about the wild card games first? With the Ravens and the Steelers game? What do y'all think about that game?
I was surprised that Steelers didn't show up.
I picked the Ravens to win, but that was just because of Le'Veon Bell. But now that the way it went, if the Ravens had played like that, I still don't think the Steelers would have won with Le'Veon Bell. So.
Yeah, no, I think the Ravens, they just came out just like they're doing now
Yeah.
against the Patriots. They're up 28-14. It's
Yep.
like, damn. Yeah, so, but they do
Because
that, though. They always play well.
The Ravens they don't have nothing to lose right now. They already won their game, so it's on the Patriots' shoulders right now to win this one. But yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots are looking mighty shaky right now. Mighty shaky.
Okay, you got anything else on that? On these two games, at least.
I think somebody knocked on his door because he got his mic muted.
Oh, all right, my bad. I wasn't even looking. I was there looking at the game. All right. What's next? You got the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks after this New England game.
Did they play last year?
Do what?
Did they play last year, Carolina and Seattle?
No. Last year was my Saints in Seattle.
Okay, I was just curious if they played up. That Carolina doesn't have a chance as far as I'm concerned. I think that game is. They're at Seattle. That between that crowd, the running game, the defense. I think Carolina's had a nice run. You know, it's a good story to hear. Like a losing team makes the playoffs and wins a playoff game. I think it's going to stop right here because I don't think they have enough offensive firepower. Even if it is, even if they can slow down Seattle's offense, they just can't do enough on offense.
Yeah, I don't see Seattle losing this game at all, unless it's the same thing with the Ravens game right now. Unless they just come out to play, and then Seattle doesn't. That's the only way I can see that. But Seattle, they're going to show out for their home fans. So.
Speaking of Seattle, two things. Did you hear that Percy Harvin is getting paid for this game?
Getting paid for this game?
If the Seahawks win, for every Seahawks playoff game they appear in, he gets a paycheck because of this rule. Yeah, the rule is if you're traded from your team, if you leave a team during the season, but you've played in between 3 to 5 games for them, you can get paid so long as you're not playing for a team in the same conference. So because they traded him to the Jets, he's getting paid for every playoff game.
I ain't
Percy Harvin.
I ain't gonna blame
him. Okay.
Yeah.
He's getting paid for every playoff game.
That's crazy.
I would not mind.
And now the Seahawks are going to make Russell Wilson the highest paid quarterback in the league.
See, that's where they going wrong, man. They giving all these quarterbacks all this dang money. I remember, at least when Aaron Rodgers did it, it was well deserving. He was coming off of, I believe when he got paid, he was coming off of that, I think that 15-1 season, or maybe it was off the Super Bowl. I forgot which one it was, but I think he got paid after he won his MVP, and then he got paid for it. I mean, he's played up to his money.
All it takes is a little success now.
Kaepernick getting $100 and something mil, Jay Cutler getting $100 and something mil. I guess they're gonna give Russell Wilson $100 and something mil.
No, they already said whatever the highest is right now, he's gonna get.
And Joe Flacco $100 and something mil. I
mean, who makes the most right now?
Oh, Joe or Jay?
I mean, out of who's the highest paid?
It might be Jay Cutler or Colin Kaepernick. It's one of those two.
All right, so whoever that is, and it's gonna go over that because they already said he's gonna be the highest paid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're giving these quarterbacks way too much money. Well, the ones that I feel like it's too fast for Russell. Even though he won the Super Bowl last year,
let's be honest. Did he win the Super Bowl last year?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Does he deserve? I mean, is he doing that? Like, is he the reason why they won? I mean, do you give? I mean, you give somebody that money that that's the reason why you have success. I mean, Russell Wilson, yeah, he's a good player. I mean, but he's an average, passer in the pocket. He just know how to make smart plays. But I don't.
Not only that, they put him in a position where he don't have to make.
Yeah, and his defense. Yeah, his defense. Like that's like giving Rex Grossman like all that damn money.
Yeah,
I mean,
or Romo.
Oh no, Romo.
I would give Romo money before I would give Russell Wilson.
Romo deserves his money. People give Romo too much, slack, man, because most of the time, I'm gonna say 80% of the time, it's not his fault why they lose games. He puts them in position to win games. I mean, it may come down to him, making a play here or there that's gonna cost them the game, but we'll put you in that position. The defense. The defense
Speaking
always
of speaking of that, let's talk about the Lions and Cowboys game. Now, I'll just go out like with the first controversial call when they did that pass interference apparently, and then the ref picked it up and sitting here looking at it again. You see, I guess it was the receiver. It was either the receiver or the tight end. He pulls the freaking linebacker's face mask down before the pass gets there. So they both, it's pass interference on both of them. So they should have picked up that call. I don't know what y'all think about
Yeah,
that.
it was a wash call. It really was. I think people made a big deal about it, and it's funny because the league just came out, I think yesterday, and said, well, for people saying that that was a bad call, there was actually 7 calls that the referees missed that should have went against the Lions during that
Yeah,
game
there
as
was.
well. So they kind of
I saw
squashed
a
that.
couple of holding calls that they were talking about, and yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it was not that big deal. And no, Des Bryant should not have been called for unsportsmanlike conduct because he didn't put his hands on the official, and he obviously didn't do anything to break the rules. You can, during a dead ball, come off the sideline. There's no
Yeah.
rule against that. So
look.
he didn't
I
do
didn't
it.
see nothing. I don't know what y'all talking about. All I know is my Dallas Cowboys won the game. It happens, man. Referees make mistakes. It happens in football. You can call. You know how hard it is.
Yeah,
An official in the NFL.
it's an opinion, basically. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to
So
go
yeah,
down because they have, in their own mind, they have different rules than the NFL does. So they'll
there's a
throw it
lot
Yeah.
of
back to
things.
their own rule.
There's a lot of things that happen on each down that doesn't get called that you just probably just won't catch it. I mean,
Oh, most definitely. You
yeah.
see, do all types of shit if you
I
really
mean,
pay attention.
so it just happens to be the Cowboys. I mean, but hey, it is what it is. They might, the referees might be, extra cautious in this Packer game. They might throw a lot of flags against the Cowboys.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
So what if they have the same situation and it goes for the Cowboys and it leads them to win against the Packers? How would you
I already
feel
went
then?
through that, and when we lost to Seattle that one year, even though it's not the same
Oh,
situation, but when
the Hail Mary.
the Hail Mary, play. So
Right there.
I don't think
That was
the
based on
referees.
refs.
The referees do my boys pretty good in Lambeau. So I'm not that worried about it. I'm not. I think they're gonna protect Aaron Rodgers. I can see a lot of roughing the passes, type of things if Aaron Rodgers goes down after a throw. So I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. I really am.
Let's talk about that game. Now, you got your boy Romo versus your hometown hero.
Now Aaron Rodgers is the hometown hero. Tony Romo just from here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your boy Romo and then the hometown hero.
I mean, shouldn't Romo be the hometown hero?
Aaron Rodgers town.
And Rodgers from Cali, ain't he?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is home now.
Okay.
So what's the question? We'll go ahead with it.
No, I'm just saying what you think about the Cowboys and Packers game.
I mean, it can go. Honestly, it can go either way. I don't know what to expect from this game because I'm a little nervous going into this game because last time we came off of a bye, we were so rusty that we lost to the New York Giants. So I don't know what kind of team I'm going to see. Hopefully, our secondary, can hold up against their wide receivers. That's like one of my main focuses. I'm not really focused on DeMarco Murray. I feel like we can contain the run good enough. Whereas he's not going to be a factor, but I feel like Dez could be a factor. Terrence Williams can be a factor. Even Jason Witten could be a factor because our secondary is so suspect when they throw the ball. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be fine, especially going up against that Dallas Cowboys defense. I feel like we could do a whole bunch against them if we put some points on the board real early. Like if we go up, like if we drop like 21 points in the first half and it's like 21-7, I'll be fine. So.
Yeah, Dallas, they don't really have that strong of a pass rush, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really
They don't have a pass rush.
Yeah, you don't have to
They defense. I think Eddie. This is gonna be a huge game for Eddie Lacy. I feel like Eddie Lacy is gonna have to get off early to put some pressure off Aaron Rodgers because that could just set the play action.
Also needs to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, he gotta hold on. Yeah, Eddie Lacy gotta hold on to that ball. He can't be having one of those random fumbles, on their side of the field. So he's gonna have to have a good game, which can help out. Like I said, which can help out Aaron Rodgers. So hopefully, everything goes well.
What do you think
Yeah.
about like the weather? How it's gonna affect Dallas up there?
That first quarter, that's what's going. I mean, that first drive, that first couple of drives, actually, that's what's when it's gonna hit you. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like tomorrow, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. The weather probably affects, and I was gonna say it affects Aaron Rodgers because of his injury, but it could possibly affect Tony Romo as well because he's still battling his back injury.
Yeah,
So
that cold in that back. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
not a
it
good
can,
topic.
it can go either way. That's what I'm saying. Our secondary is gonna really have to be on it this game. If we get past this game, and if Carolina beat the Seahawks for me, I'm gonna feel real good.
All right, so you want a miracle to happen, is what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Because that shit ain't happening. I'm
I
sorry.
think Cam. Well, I don't know if you got a subject, but I think Cam can do that. I think Cam can hold it down. I think they can, get an upset win over the Seahawks. They
You
got
really
the.
think they can put up enough offense against the Seahawks?
I think seeing as Seattle's offense is so limited to the run, I feel like Carolina has the front seven.
I would give them a chance,
Yeah, to stop the run.
but not in Seattle. That's the only thing.
They gonna have to come out strong. If they
That's
can
what I'm
stop that
saying.
run, if they can stop the run, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
More importantly, if they could run the ball, because
But yeah,
they're not going to win off the pass.
because they pretty much, their offense could be the same as Seattle. They could run that option too. I think Cam and Jonathan Stewart could be a little bit more effective with it than Marshawn and Russell. Because Cam could, he can keep driving. Russell see somebody coming up, he gonna go out of bounds. I think Cam can run through, maybe one, deep back or whatever that's coming at him. So I
Kid,
don't know.
what's your input on this Patriots game right now? Since you were going,
Um, I don't know. I mean, they losing right now.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they just scored a touchdown. It's still a game. It's only the third quarter. Uh, New England is known to have those quarters where they can just drop points on you. So if Baltimore can continue to put points on the board, they'll be fine.
I kind of need the Patriots to win. That's for personal preference, but yeah.
Why do you need the Patriots to win?
For the Madden little challenge thing for Ultimate Team. Yeah.
Hold on, how does that affect your ultimate team? Just curious.
You basically get coins. Like you can pick a team like who you think is going to go the furthest in the playoffs, and they give you coins if you're right. I picked the Patriots.
Okay.
Oh, that's sort of how it was for 2K. I remember.
Yeah, when they had that whole you pick at halftime the
Yep.
games, then you get your coin. Yeah, okay.
We can talk
Makes
about
sense.
this. We haven't talked about the Colts and Broncos game. Now, is this the first time? Yeah, this is the first time Peyton's going to play them in the playoffs, right? He's never
think
played them
I
before.
think it's the second time, ain't it?
Second time?
And they played each other last year.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because Indy beat Kansas City that was their first game. They made that comeback, and I think they played the Broncos. Let me check. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I think the Broncos are going to pull out that game. I don't know. Andrew
Hold
Luck.
on, Nick, say something.
Hello.
What is that on your screen?
Is it like flipped? Was it flipped weirdly, or can you read that?
No, I couldn't see it.
Can you see that?
Tom Brady. Oh.
Oh, bad. But yeah, that's all. That's all.
I can't
Oh,
see.
never mind. The Colts had the Patriots last year, so no, this will be their first time playing against each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't see the Colts winning that game just because Andrew Luck is so shaky all the time, and Peyton and his offense is going to come out to play. So that I don't know. I can't see the Colts winning that game.
I mean,
Colts not that good. That's the problem. They really aren't.
they only had that's because they one dimension. They can only pass the ball. So if they
That and they're playing the worst division in the NFL. So
yeah,
they really don't.
if I don't know this game, I spoke about it in one of my videos. This game is a little. It can go. I want to say it can go either way because I don't know which Peyton is going to show up. Although I can't see him not being focused this time around because I feel like he wants to go back to the Super Bowl and win. Because
Yeah, I think it was to revenge that embarrassment.
Yeah, so I like I said, was Andrew Luck he can have those games where he could just he could just throw the ball and be good like he did last week. I think he dropped like 300, maybe 400 yards last
He
year.
has a 3-4
Last week.
interception game in him too. So
Huh?
he has 3 to 4 interceptions.
Oh yeah. He
in
had
a
that last
game.
week.
No, I'm just saying he does that though. He has
Oh
a
yeah.
tendency to do that.
And Andrew Luck, if he's having one of those games where he's throwing picks, then they're gonna win. But if Andrew Luck shows up, it could be a good game. I just don't know where to call it. I don't know how to call it.
I just found another topic. Apparently, Chris Johnson got arrested today for carrying a gun. I don't know where he was at or what he was doing. Hold on.
What the hell is he doing?
He was arrested in Orlando where he was charged with open carrying a firearm. Setting the green misdemeanor. Where was this at? Where was he at?
I heard something like that with Maurice Spates too. Like some gang members try to hold him up for his gold chains, but he ran away on foot. And,
His big ass ran away on foot.
The people who held him up the third, they got arrested. I just read that. I was like, really?
Yeah, Maurice Spates is that boy like 6'10". Where you going? Going nowhere.
Chris Johnson apparently said he was at a stop sign and he had a gun in the passenger seat, so he got arrested for doing that. And
Why you just got it sitting in the passenger seat?
I don't know. And he was released. He was released today on a $250 bond.
He had it sitting on his seat.
Don't he? Does he at least have like a license to carry that? If he don't, he retarded.
Oh, it was under a book bag on his seat.
Does he have a license?
Yeah, you might want to hide it a little better.
Nah, I don't think he does.
Yeah. Cause they probably wouldn't even say nothing really if he had a license.
Hell, you riding
I'm
around
sure
with
he
a
didn't
gun
have one.
There was
riding
this.
around like that. You don't need to be riding around.
Exactly. Stay from wherever the hell you are if you feel like you gotta
Wow, they
roll
call him
like
with a
that.
trick play. Ain't that
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Bills are interviewing Rex Ryan. So
Yo, the Bills.
You know what that might work. 'Cause they got a defense over there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why dude walked away from that situation. It must be really bad in their front office for you to just quit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that job. Just I'm trying to figure out why are you leaving a team that just went 9-7 and that has like all these good pieces to work with.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That play was ridiculous.
I think that was a forward pass, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah. What was that? Edelman throwing that?
The referees might have to
Right.
review that one.
You know
That might
why
have
it
been a forward
worked?
pass.
Because they threw it to Amendola. Because they don't never throw to Amendola.
I
That's
guess
the only reason it worked.
That was just wide open down the field. All right, y'all got anything else? Or y'all want to wrap it up?
I ain't got nothing.
I can't think of anything else that's happening right now in the sports world.
All right, I guess we'll catch y'all next week, 6 Eastern. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this podcast. I'll let everybody say their goodbyes. Go ahead, kid.
Hope you guys enjoyed another week of the sports podcast.
Hashtag free kid.
All right, Mike.
All right, sorry for being late, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the games. Have a good weekend.
All right, Nick.
Thanks for having me on your show and everything. Always good to talk with you guys. And then I guess, maybe I think 3 or 4 of us we're gonna have Abel's stuff tomorrow. So,
Yep.
working the community out here.
Yep. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.